So, dear guests, here we go again. Now I'm glad to present you our next guest, our guy from the SuperScale company who will share with us some thoughts and some hints how to implement the monetization into a project correctly. So let's greet actively and loudly our next guest, Vladimir Eperjesi, with great applauses. And now all eyes on him.
Press it.
No, press it
Press it.
and hold. Yep.
Okay, so now it works. Thank you very much, guys, for a kind, welcoming, introduction. So this presentation is going to be about free-to-play monetization, and a little bit about me, some formalities. I'm a gamer. I was a data analyst, and still I'm in some way. And I'm interested into implementing monetization models and profitable monetization features. I work in SuperScale for 5 years so far as a free-to-play game designer, and I worked on many genres, like from casual CCG games, racing, sports games, and we experienced during that time many phases of games, since concept, soft launch, post-global launch, or basically every part of game design and part of release. A little bit about SuperScale. To do it short, there are 3 parts: analyze ROAS, which is basically set up a pipeline to get the data, so we know what we are looking at, and we can analyze all the data and do this data-driven decision. Optimize monetization, that's my part mainly, to increase LTV of the players, and SuperScale user acquisition part, which our guys are doing with the UA and all that kind of stuff that helps them to increase ROAS when we optimize also monetization. So we're gonna talk mostly about the LTV part. So what's this presentation going to be about? There are a couple points. I would like to wrap up universal free-to-play monetization features through those years that we gained some experience, and we needed to provide our partners and clients with significant performance within a reasonable time. So when you have a small project and you need to do, let's say, you have some place in your roadmap for couple months, we had to fit in those small time, let's say, time periods. Let's say we have 3 months and we have to implement something for them. So during that time, we gained those, let's say, case studies as an example that I will share with you, and it's going to focus also on the ad revenue, not just in-app purchases. So how to spot the opportunity if I'm leaving some money on the table, or someone can say low-hanging fruit or whatever it could be. There are a couple steps, do a competitor research by genre. That's basically every time when we get a project, we do competitor research, and if I could ask only for 5 KPIs, it would be this one. And it's like a retention, daily active users, in-app revenue, or RPD, revenue per download. I use this because it's used on data AI platform when we do the competitive research. Ad rewarded video engagement, so how many players are watching your ads, if it's half amount of players or 10% of players, whatever. And ad rewarded revenue eCPM. So this is let's say, optimal average KPI in casual game genre from my point of view. It might not fit to every type of game. It might not fit to any, let's say, any casual sports game. But let's say this is something what we got. And let's say you are a publisher and you have a list of games and you check all these KPIs. Okay, so compare it with your title. Let's say in the red boxes, there is my title. My revenue per download is below $1. My ad rewarded video engagement is below 40, and let's say my ECPM in United States is below $15. When I see data like this, I like instantly look at the daily active users if there is some money on the table, because simply there should be, if there are some money on the table, it's your daily active users and a good retention. If you got it and you do not have like those optimal KPIs below, there is like a huge chance you can improve it with couple of features, and I'm going to wrap up just a bit of them because it is we did them like couple more times, and it worked like almost all the time. So let's get to the meat. Case studies. The first game is our like oldest one, but we got it like 1 year ago. So it's a tiny tower. It's a simulation game where you build floors and you build a tower slowly. You get a soft currency, and with that soft currency, you build that another floor, another floor. It is really like variable with the floors. It has many random elements, and small citizens live in that environment. So we take care about them, and they reward you with the soft currency and other rewards. So what was the issue? It was broken economy. Since the game has like 10 years plus, there were like just soft currency and hard currency that was given to the players freely across the years. And but what was great about the game, it has like really good daily active user numbers and retention because it's playable. You can play it like offline many times, and it's like it's simply like a gem. During those years, it grew in the like a really nice game for those like players who played for years. So what to do when I have a game and the economy is pretty broken, there are not enough things, and I don't have like a 1 year to implement, let's say, many things and look for where players are spending their gems and like gold. We introduced like Easter event. Like when we look at the like three screenshots on the right, we introduced like the easiest way how to introduce like at that point was to introduce a lucky wheel event. So it was like, okay, let's do a spinning wheel. It's easy to do. I will show another approaches, but this is the easiest one. And this should incentivize your players to like simply spin the wheel and get the reward. And yeah, you have to like set up the reward mechanics and stuff like that. But what we did, we also gave those tickets that you need to use to spin the wheel. So you will open your tower. It's an Easter event. You got eggs like Easter eggs on your floors, and you have to visit the game often to get those tickets. And with those tickets, you are able to spin the wheel and get the reward. So that was the first like core gameplay of that event. What we added was the option to buy those tickets. We can see like there are like 5 tickets as an offer, and basically what we did, we introduced a new hard currency. So there is like an option for players to buy more tickets if they want, but we're not pushing them to that. It's like based on their incentivization, if they like the rewards in the game and rewards on the wheel. So how it went? Since the April, this is the revenue chart. We can see like when the red line starts is the start of the event, and basically that's the money left on the table when you have like old economy and you are not doing any live ops or stuff like that. It increased pretty significantly based on the previous performance since January 2022. Well, some might ask what was this increase. This was like combination of marketing of our great guys who did like also like really good performance increase, and with combination with adding price points in the shop, because in the shop there were like hard currency shop had only 3 price points, and the highest one was around $30. So we added a couple more stages up to 50, and 100. Okay, so it resulted somehow, and we did like a second iteration. There was another event, whatever. It could be like Valentine's or Black Friday. We introduced more ticket price points, and simply because we want to make it more comfortable for payers. Because when they have only one ticket, like 5 tickets for $3, and you need or you want 100 tickets, you have to pay 5 times or how many times divided by 5. So we just simply introduced more price points, like easy change. I had that feeling that it could like make that impact because there were many payments and repeatable payments. And the second option that we did, which I like get inspiration from other games, not in combination with Lucky Wheel, but I said like why not, was to split one Lucky Wheel into 3 separate ones with tier 1, 2, and 3, and we can see like there is like a yellow square at the end, which means you get a guaranteed reward. It has to be something that is pretty valuable for your players, and it gives them some significant value, but not like overvalue, but something that already exists in the game, or it could be something that you prepare it for that event. So during that time, player unlocks, let's say, lucky wheel number 1, and when he passed through 10 attempts, then it switched with different lucky wheel, let's say with the tier 1, with different rewards. And of course, higher reward. So it has motivation to get that guaranteed reward and get a lucky wheel ticket. And still, you can find those tickets in the tower. You have to visit the game and like open those Easter eggs. Of course, you could buy them. So we did this combination. You can see the visual representation of the final lucky wheel with the progression bar in the middle. So how it resulted was even higher performance. So we realized like how much money we left on the table in the previous event, which happened here, and it was like also still daily active users was more or less the same with the previous event because we started user acquisition at the time. However, we could see we have seen like a pretty reasonable like increase in that. So that was the first one. Like I would say everyone could like think about which type of event I can create for my game. It doesn't have to be a lucky wheel. Yeah, someone might ask what is this one. The purple one, it was like a special offers, but I won't talk about special offers on this presentation because it's like a pretty stable, I would say, feature. So we can see like how much money or you are losing on the during the time when you do not apply such features like such monetization features like events or special offers or whatever it could be. Another growth iteration, another case study. This is a different game. It's a Ping Pong Fury, sports game, casual game, but it's more or less about Battle Pass and A/B testing. So there was a Battle Pass with 30 levels, and it was like too easy, and player could easily finish Battle Pass. Like I'll show data in a second. And it cost $5, like regular price point for a battle pass, right? So we did a data observation because we tracked the data, and what we can see here is the amount of players and days to complete the battle pass. So, for example, on day 7, it means like 500 players were able to finish battle pass within 7 days, right? Let's say on day 8, it's like 800 players or 700 players were able to finish it within like 8 days. So that leads us to the hypothesis, like, okay, so we have 2 options, like make it harder to complete or give less points to players when they process but that won't be a case. But we decided to add more levels and create monetization on that. So we deliver more levels, like different rewards, and we'll see how it goes. So when we get where we get the inspiration, this is SimCity Build It. They also have like a battle pass, and it got like 3 tiers, as we can see, tier 2 and tier 3. And when we go through them, the first one costs like €3, and it's for casual players. The second one costs around like 10 euro, and the last one is also like it rises with the price, and also rewards are bigger. But this approach is for players who are like late game players and play like a lot. So I thought it was like a great idea to release it in our version in the A/B test. So instead of the battle pass with 30 levels, that value is like in the paid area is like $95, and the free part is like 15. It costs $5. Let's split it into 3 tiers with 20 levels, right? And we increase the value in each battle pass tier. So it was like $24, 34, and 51. It looked like this. So when you are a player, an active player, and you are bored after like 2 weeks because there are only 30 levels, there is an opportunity to buy like further tiers. And yeah, let's check the results. With the red on the red chart, we can see the A/B test players who purchased, like these are the payers who purchased like tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Tier 3 was like 178 players, which means like 34% of payers, not players, but payers, purchased all 3 available battle passes. So and spent $15 instead of 5 because we delivered to them like additional value. So that's another thing that you can like experiment with your battle pass, or if you have any other like similar feature to do it like this, and simply show players and go check the data and see how players like go through your battle pass. Okay, so the next thing is the add growth iteration. It's about that. This is like a darts club game. It's simply darts, and you throw darts on the dartboard. It had an engagement below 40%, and we had an idea like, yeah, let's do an next iteration. Let's do an event where you can, which will be visually appealing mini game. This is how it looks, by the way. You can play it like even now, but it's like a slow motion dart throw into the like specific part on the dartboard, which is generated randomly, and then it counts how many millimeters it was away from the middle, and then it counts your reward, which is counted on the right side. And based on that, and based on your skill, let's say, and a little bit of luck, but there is like a skill also skill included in this event, and it's pretty hard to do and get the best reward, which is like which was valued at that time around $30. That chest. It has a pretty nice incentivization for your player, because if this event is only available with ad view, you have to watch an ad. Even those players who are not interested in ads at all, you can give them some trade-off. Like this is like something that you won't find anywhere else in the game, and it's something special created for that reason. So that's the main point of it. And of course, you can do an in-app version. So in the middle, we can see in-app version, like 1 round for €2, 5 rounds for €6, and or you can play the lower tier rewards with an ad. So something that also other games use. For example, Formula One. It's I would say it's more like luck. You just push on the gas, and the formula rotates around, and then you get a reward. But main inspiration was a lucky shot from Golf Battle or golden shot from Golf Clash. So we can see like how close you hit the middle, you get the proper reward for that. We even like implemented this approach within the drag race game. So when you have to hit it when the tachymeter gets to the exact point. So that was the thing. Like, okay, if Golf Coach got this, it might work for any other game when you tailor your mini game to your own game. What are the results? Ad engagement increased by 20%. So let's say if your ad engagement was like 40%, it was 60%. So more than half players watched an ad at that time. So we incentivized the right targeting group. And ad ARPDAU increased by 43%. So that was like pretty good success. We didn't even expected that. So that was it. And the last thing, before I should share all the checklist stuff, is to set up your mediation. That's not like a game design thing, but I'm also like take care about this. And it means like you might have like a nice ad engagement numbers, but you struggle with eCPM. And that's something that many clients forget. Like they implement like 3 ad networks, like Meta, Iron Source, and Ad Colony, and leave it like that. But what's great about this, you just set up more SDKs. I would say like 5 SDKs at least, or more is all like better in many cases. But you have to create that competition in the bidding area and in the waterfall area. So those ad networks beat each other, and you get at the end higher eCPM. So when you increase your eCPM from $15 in US to $20, it's much better for your like cash flow. And yeah, that's the thing why I mentioned that. We still see it. Even there are many articles how to do it. Why would you not like check your mediation even when you have like 20 games in your portfolio? You are simply leaving money on the table when you don't have like this simple move that this could be done within one day. So to summarize the checklist, what we do at the first place, we compare KPIs with benchmarks or competitors. What's great tool is Data AI, which is paid tool, or Sensor Tower. It's free, but you probably won't get every KPI that you need. But yeah, get your KPIs, compare them with your competitors or within the genre. What you could achieve, or we could, because we can do it like for our clients from Data AI. Consider another hard currency. Like this is something new. We did it like this year. I would consider that because it could be as an offer. It doesn't have to be a hard currency, but you might sell those tickets or whatever it is within the offers. But when your monetization is broken and you don't know how to fix it fast, it's great to wrap a new feature around the new hard currency. It will probably fix many things. Don't be afraid of higher price points. As you could see, we just increased like price point that it resulted in a nice result at the end, like from the revenue. And experiment with your battle pass or any other like similar feature. Because what I personally like about battle pass, it's a feature that changes every 30 days or every 4 weeks. And you can use this as an advantage. It's basically, if you don't have an A/B test stack, you just test it in July, it goes horribly wrong, whatever. Like you can fix it in August period or somewhere else, but it's worth to try to do it. And create visual appealing minigame to increase even your ad or in-app performance. Because if you find a way how to drag some players who are not willing to watch your ads, they definitely do it when there's something special like this. And yeah, 2 to 3 ad networks in your mediation platform might not be enough. so simply create that competition because they will open bid one over each other. So that's the checklist summary of like all of the features that I would say would pass to many genres, like from casual racing games, sports games. Many of them have those things in common, that you could use it as an advantage and create something, some layer over that. So thank you very much for your attention. And if there are any questions, I'm happy to discuss. Thank you.
So, how do you determine the price of the features you implement into projects? I mean, for example, if you implement some battle pass, which factors you rely on to say that it should cost €5, for example?
Like this depends on your payment potential spend. Like when you make an export of all the payers, let's say you got IDs of all players, and you export their lifetime revenue, and you order it from lowest to highest, and you look for the median or something like that. Okay, my casual game, mostly casual games got like lower price points because it's like no casual player wants to spend like $20,000 on your game.
No.
Right? So you check that and you might get a guess like which price point should I target, and what is like a good advice. It's better to start with a higher price point and lower it during some events, or lower it after some time when you want to increase conversion and increase overall revenue. So we decide based on the genre, and sometimes battle pass is already implemented, and we check, okay, the battle pass is the most purchased in-app feature, so okay, let's work with that.
So, if there is no more questions after this presentation, okay,
Oh,
surely,
there is one.
sorry.
Sorry. There was like a couple games. I personally, for example, I like also World of Tanks, and there is also like 3-tier battle pass. It takes more days to go through, and it has a couple more like features that I'm incentivized to buy all three. But when we check the performance of the game, battle pass stood out of all the in-app purchases in the matter of conversion. So we wanted to give those players more of that battle pass, and SimCity Build It is like a regular. I would say it's a huge game, and we were not shooting just blindly. So we wanted to try because it was an A/B test. So that's why we decided to focus on battle pass. Battle pass was there. The original battle pass contained like 30 levels, and we split it in 3 tiers by 20 levels. So in total, it got 60 levels instead of 30. But there were like different rewards inside, and we tried to. There was one idea from World of Tanks that I really like. There were like special coins that you need to collect all special coins from each tier, and let's say there are 6 coins in one tier, and the best thing you can buy in the game, let's say some legendary stuff, costs 18 coins. So if you put 6 coins in each, and you already have like 15, okay, let's finish the battle pass, or let's buy the rest of the tier because I get that extra reward. Yeah. Like, I do not know about any like clashback. To be honest, we haven't checked any Discord channels or community channels to know like what they think about that. And it was the battle pass that we A/B tested. So there was a clash, probably because some players got old battle pass and some players got the new version. So But this always happens when you have like a huge game and you A/B test something.